Well, the ceremony is going to start in about half an hour, and it's commemorating, as you mentioned, the persecution of the Jews of Tunisia, and maybe by extension also of the Jews of the Maghreb, of Northern Africa, because the Jews in Tunisia were under a French protectorate at the time, and the French were collaborating through the Vichy regime with the Nazis. And between November 42 and May 1943, the Nazis occupied Tunisia, and rules against the Jews, discrimination, numerous clauses, the yellow badge of the Jewish star were imposed on some 100,000 Jews who lived in Tunisia. And many were sent to forced labor, many were killed or died from disease during the forced labor period, and also some were sent to concentration camp. So, in a sense, the memory of the persecution of the Jews of Northern Africa has been forgotten, even in Israel, in national ceremonies, during the day of the Holocaust, for instance, because the vast majority of the Jews who were killed by the Nazis during the Holocaust were obviously Jews from Eastern Europe and from Europe by and large. So there is a will to embrace the other Jewish communities, those who suffered, but maybe suffered to a lesser extent simply because the Allied forces managed to conquer Northern Africa and oust the Germans, and thus saving the Jews from destruction, from liquidation. There is a will to embrace this community so that this community also embraces what is, in a sense, the essence of the State of Israel, the Holocaust. The State of Israel was created only 3 years after the end of the Holocaust, and thus there is a will that all the Jews in Israel, at least, will not forget the lessons of the Holocaust, and for that you need to remind Israeli Jews that the Holocaust was also applied on the Jews from Northern Africa.